Alright, so I hope the Map Plus adventure was helpful. Time to move on. We're back doing a bit more modeling details in Blender, and just like the texture details, something like cables and decals are also what I've been saving to do it until now. Sure, ZBrush can do those things, but I just find it much easier and more efficient doing it in Blender. And also, I'm going to start setting up the scene for the final render in Cycles, so yeah, let's begin. Alright, so now that I have everything in the right placement, I want to start detailing a bit more here in Blender, okay? So to do that, let's go back to ZBrush once again. So in ZBrush, remember how we had all these different type of cables, right? So that is something that I want to tackle first, okay? So let's begin. So first up, I want to talk about is this add-on here called Cablerator. Now, as the name suggests, it's basically an add-on to make cables, but if you guys want full in-depth tutorial and information about how this add-on works, make sure to check out this website, okay? And the way I'm going to use it, so it's really simple. So once you have this add-on downloaded, all you got to do is press Alt-Shift-C, and then this will post this a window called Cablerator, right? And I'm just going to create cable, and then you'll get this pop-up, and all you got to do now is just click on the area that you want the end of the start of the cable to happen, and then the end. Okay, so the end I would probably just kind of throw it like somewhere right here-ish. All right, so boom. So it's a little thick, so I'm just going to press S to scale it down, so something along the line of this. Or as a matter of fact, I think, sorry about that, I should go the other way, okay, since I have this one that's connected. So I'm going to click on right here, then somewhere in there, boom. Okay, so S to scale it down, and something like that, right? And then now I'm just going to click out to get out of the window, and then I'm going to click on the cable, and then from here it's just basically a basic spline, or yeah, so spline like cable, and all you could do is just kind of adjust it to just like how you do with like a normal spline, right? And if I want to add another vertice or another curve here, just kind of subdivide it by clicking two of these vertices, and then you can just kind of move it around and scooch it to where you want it to be. So I think I have it kind of like this with how I had it with the original model. Okay. And then also making sure if I press Alt H, this thing is not popping up. Drop the alpha, and then I'm gonna also add another color. Okay, so I'm gonna press Alt M, which is a hard ops add-on to add a color, and I am going to add a blank color. And this one, I'm just gonna make it red so you can kind of see exactly where this pipe is, okay? Or this cable. So let's see. Just kind of like adjust these wires to kind of fit. Okay, so that's good. And yeah, just kind of making sure things look a little more natural, because it feels a little off with the curve. Okay, so there you have it. So that's one cable right there, right? A little more. All right. Just make sure again it's in there. Yeah, a little bit of adjustment needed, but that is that. And you can always kind of go in and make sure things are kind of in there. And if things are a little too thick for your taste, then what you can do is go Alt-Shift-C again, and then edit cable, and then you'll get that pop up again, and then you can just kind of scale it down or up however you want. Okay, so there's that. So another cool thing you can do with Cablerators, again, Alt-Shift-C to activate it. I'm gonna click on here and then here, and I'm gonna scale it down, and I can make like a bunch of cables kind of connecting, but Cablerator also gives you a library of like different type of cables. So if I press B, you'll get, and then just keep pressing B, you'll be able to flip through all these different type of cables that the add-on offers. So it's a little big, so I'm gonna scale it down. But to scale this unique cable, instead of S, you gotta press T this time. So T to scale it down. Okay, so something like that. And then the twist is kind of funky, so you could always kind of play around with the twist method. So with H, so H to just kind of see which one fits better. And this one kind of works, I guess. So let's stay with this, and if you're happy with it, then just click outside of it. And to fix this twist to fit exactly where these holes are, I'm gonna press T, and then instead of, well, first of all, let me scooch it in right here, and to rotate it, I'm gonna press Control T, and then that should rotate along the I guess, how should I say, the axis of this vertice. So same with here. So Control T to rotate it. So there you go. Then I could just move this one a little bit down, right? Kind of ease the tension a bit. I guess this one could go a little wider. Okay, something like that. And then I'll just add the same color again, so we can tell. Control T. Okay. Then let's see. I could probably add another cable right here. Boom. Then maybe it goes here. And then this one I want it normal, so I'm just gonna go back to this guy by pressing B. Okay. And then if I could scale to, sweet. All right, so we got different type of cables. Actually, I kind of scooched the cable here because I wanted to show you guys something cool. So let's say I want to like put a tape around these cables, right? So while I have two of these selected, I'm going to click on Alt-Shift-C again, and then go to Insulate, and I'm going to mark right here, drag and click and drag right here, and then boom, that just kind of gives this little rubber band type of insulation, which is really cool. So I'm just going to scale it down. Okay, and there you go, and apply another material to this, and yeah, there you have it. Kind of like this insulated rubber band kind of thing, right? So really cool. Oh, and one last thing I want to show with this add-on. So I'm gonna go press Shift A and bring a cylinder in here. 32. Let's go 16 actually. 16. All right. Scale it down. Look at it from the front view, scale it down. All right, so I'm gonna actually kind of bring it up to where this cable right here is at, right? And about the same, something like that. All right, let's scale it Z. Okay, and I'm gonna get rid of the top and the bottom. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do now is Control A to reset the transformation of rotation and scale, and then I'm gonna Control R and add all these vertices or edges, okay, something like that. 3, face mode, select everything, go to face and poke face, and then go to face again, try to quad, and again, face, wireframe, right? So with this pop-up right here, I'm gonna just kind of draw up the thickness, so it kind of gives that nice mesh type of look, right? So cool. Let me apply another material to this. Maybe this could be like a chrome type of material, right? So I'm just gonna start calling these guys something. I don't know. Chrome. Okay. So now I'm gonna go to select this guy. Hold Shift, select this guy now. Alt Shift C again, and then add or edit segment. Boom. So then we got this really nice looking mesh type of, how should I say, like a wire guard onto this cable. So it's really cool. And if I want to move it, just press D, then that should, you're able to move it wherever you want. So let's say if I want it right here, something like that, right? And then if I want to duplicate it, press Q, and that will duplicate and add another one like somewhere out there. If I hold Shift, it'll be a little more accurate or slower, controlled numbers of increments. So yeah, there you have it. Nice way to add a really cool type of cables, or I mean like a details to this cable. And then because I have hard ops, I'm gonna press Q, sharpen, and then Q bevel. So, and then just kind of, ooh, that's too much. Hold shift, kind of give it a bit of a bevel so it doesn't look too sharp, right? So, yep, cool deal. So yeah, that's just a very shallow surface of what I showed you with Cablerator. Again, if you guys are interested, you know, make sure to check out this add-on and check out the videos and all the tutorials that are out there, because there are so much more you could do with this add-on. So highly recommend it. So a few more add-ons I want to talk about. One I briefly used just now, called Hard Ops, and for this Boxcutter comes with a bundle. So this add-on right here, I highly recommend. It's almost like a second nature to me when it comes to using this in Blender. So it's really easy for me to kind of glaze over it. But yeah, I mean, with 38 bucks, like, you could get so much out of this. Like, I would also argue that this is the only add-on you need when it comes to like modeling in Blender, in my opinion. So what it is, I'm not going to be able to show you guys like the full potential of this add-on. You know, if you guys are curious, make sure to check the website, make sure to check out all the videos, because they have, it's so much to unpack here. So I used a bevel modifier here using hard ops with Q sharpen, Q bevel, right? And that's something that I like to use a lot. So I just kind of quickly go over what that does. Okay, so just, yeah, literally, let me just do something to select this. So scale this down. If I Q sharpen, that will give me all these edge right here. Kind of like gives like a crease to these edges, right? And if I bevel it, then it will bevel the edges. Okay, and then let's say if I want to make these two edges kind of more smoother or rounded, then I just unmark it, and then all I got to do is under bevel change the angle to weight. There you go, and then change harden to normal, so like you could see that it's more smoother on top, but then like harder edge on the bottom. That's because of these edge masks, or edge hardened, right? Hardened edge. So yeah, something like that I use a lot. And then also I might have used it a few times here and there, but hard ops Alt X to do the mirror modifier right here. So by doing that, I could just kind of mirror it, and yeah, just kind of work it symmetrically like this, right? So really powerful stuff there. And something like Boxcutter too. So this, if once you have hard ops and Boxcutter installed, you'll get these two icons. But Boxcutter is more for modeling, but just a really cool way, easy way to just start sculpting shapes like this. Yeah, because I'm not gonna be modeling, I'm pretty much done modeling here, so I'm not gonna be using it. And yeah, that is just probably like 1% of what hard ops has to offer. Again, you know, if you guys are curious, like, this is a lot that you can do in this add-on. Okay, yeah, those are some of the tools that I'll be using. Every now and then I might use some more of the hard ops tool, but yeah, in that case, like, again, I'll just let you know that I'm going to be using hard ops tool. Okay. And one more add-on I want to talk about here is called the Decalmachine. So decal in Blender, that's something that I could have done in Map Plus, right? As you can see, like, I have it right here, but as you can see with these decals, in the end, it is a baked texture. So these textures are kind of permanent, right? Unless I go to Map Plus and kind of make that high res. It's based off, because remember, like, we chose 4K, and this is like a really small section of 4K, so that's why it's gonna come out choppy like this. And from this angle, it is fine, like, it's not a big deal. right? Like you could see a nice small information, but once you get zoom in, that's when things kind of start getting a little choppy. And yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna go too close on this, like, you know, focus on this section, so I'm just keeping it as is. But yeah, going back to the add-on Decalmachine. So once you have it downloaded, all you gotta do is press D to activate it, and you'll get this pop-up menu. And then something like right here, we got these all these cool decals, default decals that you could use, and you could obviously bring your own decal as well. But yeah, like let's say if I were to choose this, oh, okay, well, that's fine too. And all I have to do is just hold Control and just drag it to where I want to, right? And just kind of scale it up or scale it down, and just kind of like match it, something like this. All right. So something like this surface, if I were to zoom in, it's not completely connected, right? Or it's not like rounded off onto the cylinder, right? So yeah, all you got to do is D and then project it, and that will wrap around this surface. So really powerful stuff. And let's say if I want to change the color, this is where I got to go into the shader and change this to object, and we got this. So you gotta kind of play around with the color right here. You know, what I tend to do is just kind of basically unhook this guy right here, okay? And just give that a second, and we got these different colors that we could kind of play with. So yeah, just a really neat way of dealing with decals. And because these are just literally planes, like it's pretty easy to do. You know, pretty light on the system too, right? And we got like decals like this too. So these are more of like a decal that deals with normals. So yeah, like it feels like it's a little more dimension to them. Although, because we are using a matte plus texture, these are trying to adopt the matte plus texture behind, and then because of how complex the matte plus texture is, it's not really detecting how it should be, right? So I will have to deal with my own texture, or not the default decal textures, by going to pressing D and clicking on match, and then holding shift to just kind of toggle on and off some of the textures. So you could just kind of see that it is cycling through all the materials that I've used so far, and I feel like just kind of find the one that feels good. You know, like default looks good. This one actually, rubber 2 actually looks good too. So you know, something like that is good. And I can just scale it down and just kind of make sure it kind of matches. And if it's flat but kind of doing this flickering thing, what you can also do is D and then adjust, and then just kind of scale, just kind of bring it out a bit, and that should do. And then on top of that, you could just project it, and sometimes project might not work well, but adjust it out again. Yeah, because you kind of see this cut like right here, right? So in this case, I just keep it like floating like that, because again, these are decals, right? So you can just kind of see it from here, and yeah, usually these kind of rounded surface does a lot better. So yeah, it's a really powerful stuff. And again, you can make your own decal if you want to, which I might show later. But yeah, that's another powerful add-on that I want to talk about. And once you create these decals, they'll create this folder filled with decals. So yeah, really neat stuff. Next up, what I want to do is take a peek in cycles view. Okay, I'm gonna go to this render view here, or yeah, the rendering, right? Yeah, rendered view. And then just kind of change up some stuff. So kind of changing the render engine cycles and make sure it's GPU compute. And I like to turn on denoise. All right. So those are the 3 things I like to turn on. And then because the scene is dark, let's give it some environment. Okay. So for the color, I'm going to go to the environment texture and then change this crazy purple color to I have all these like HDRI. Well, these are default Blender HDRI that you guys could have as a default option. So it's basically these guys, right? So they're in the folder. They're in the Blender Foundation folder if you download it. But I just kind of have it in my D drive because I use it a lot. So let's just go to Blender HDRI. I'm just gonna choose something random, like generic, like city for now. I'm gonna play around later with the HDRI, but for now, I want to just use something default. Okay, just to kind of see what it's like. Alright, so within the world, I got the city, and I don't want this background showing, so I'm gonna duplicate the background, then import a whatchamacallit, mix shader. Okay, plug that in between, put that under, and then bring in light path and connect the camera ray to the factor, and there you go. You get rid of the background, right? And if you want to change the background, then you could kind of make it darker or whatever through here. But I think default is good. So go back to layers or layout. Oh, so we got, this is how it looks on HDRI actually. Pretty cool stuff. And what I will also want to do is, I'm gonna select this and let's check out some alpha or translucent or glass-like textures, because these tubes, I think they'll look cooler if they're more translucent. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the, well, roughness is fine, alpha's good. I'm gonna do this, bump up the transmission to all the way up, so it's a little see-through now. And what I could do is kind of brighten it a bit so you can kind of see it better. So yeah, now it's kind of like this clear tubing that you can kind of see through it, almost like a liquid that's inside, kind of like blood or something like that, right? So that's a little more interesting in my opinion. Okay, cool. So now with this rendered cycles view, what I could do is kind of introduce some lights. Point light is fine. And then these lights will look pretty nice. So I wonder how it looks like if I just put the light inside the head area. And because we got some glowing blue lights, maybe this could be like a blue light kind of thing, right? So like that, so you can kind of see this like blue glow from within. And then these lights are something that I might animate later. Maybe I could bump the exposure a bit. So yeah, it'll be cool later. Like, let's say if I want to animate the lights kind of like pulse within, so like it's maybe something's alive inside, or could also bring some lights around here too. Exposure down. Okay. No, I guess I can't hard ops these guys. Something along the line of that too, but it might be too harsh. I think I don't want to like overlight things either, so let me just get rid of this. And then another thing I could do is play around with the lights through shaders too. So remember with this guy, if I go to the object, so through the emission strength, right? So this is the emission. So I could adjust the strength through here too. So like the lights are pulsing through here, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I mean that's something that I might do. Okay. So while I'm in cycles, another cool thing I could do is mess with this the original mannequin texture. So I have it white right now, but let's try like dropping some alpha, so you can kind of see like this transparent, translucent kind of body. It might be cool. Bump the transmission all the way up. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? Like this kind of sci-fi see-through, almost like a glass, rubber, plastic, kind of like this translucent material. I'm not too sure where I still want to go with this, but this is interesting. So I could probably try bumping up the metal, see how that looks. Oh yeah, it's cool. Mess with the alpha a bit. Yeah, so it's like interesting texture. Maybe this could be really cool. On top of that, I could like adjust colors and stuff. A little bit of hint of blue maybe. Actually, no color, because by doing that it will match with the leg, right? So I might keep it like this, but we'll see. I'm not too sure where I want to go with this still. Let me see if I drop the color a bit. No, I think white is the best. So yeah, pretty interesting texture. It's like almost this really cool like translucent like subsurface scattery type of look, but then with robot, right? So interesting. I might play around with this a bit more. Oh, and one last thing I want to do was to clean up these gaps before I leave and start the next chapter. So to do that, all I got to do is select these two. Oh, and then change the snap to edges for this one. I'm gonna press tab, and as you can see, I can just grab the edge or vertice and then move G and hold control, and it should snap on the edge. Okay, so something like that, pretty easy peasy, right? And then because this is mirrored, and also kind of be careful with these kind of edges, if they're kind of like a funky, don't be afraid to add some vertices to the areas where the normals are starting to look funky. Same with this area, or same with the feet. Okay, so I kind of got started soon, but started already, but you know, just kind of go in, and in this case I chose the face. So I chose the face to snap, and then just literally going in and just kind of snapping it in there like that. Ooh, kind of hard to see what is going on. Okay, so yeah, stuff like this. Again, don't be afraid to just kind of add a cut, that, and then just kind of move these guys back a bit. Ooh, and then there's some vertices that I don't want, I mean faces that I want, so I'm just going to delete it. Probably delete these guys too, actually. But yeah, you get the point. Just go in and just kind of snap it into the area, so it's a little more cleaner, right? And because these both are mirrored, it should look like this. So perfect. All right, so let me just finish this.